Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode from the Simple-ESL podcast, where we make real English simple, clear, and useful. My name is Will, and today we are talking about jobs and work in English. You'll hear real conversation between two people talking about their jobs. We'll go over useful words, phrases, practice pronunciation, and you'll get to answer speaking questions, take a quiz, and there is a homework challenge as well. So let's get started. We're going to start off by having a listening exercise. I'd like you to listen to the conversation. Don't worry about understanding everything, just try to get the main idea.
What do you do for work?
I work in a supermarket. I'm a cashier.
Do you enjoy it?
Most of the time. I like talking to customers.
What hours do you work?
I usually do the afternoon shift, 2 to 10 p.m.
That's a long day.
Yes, but I get Friday off, so it's not too bad.
How long have you worked there?
About a year and a half. What about you?
I work in construction. I help building new houses.
That sounds like hard work.
It is, but it pays well, and I like working outside.
So we just heard the conversation with our SL monsters talking about work and their jobs. Let's go through the conversation again. This time, repeat after me and try to match my tone and pronunciation. What do you do for work? I work in a supermarket. I'm a cashier. Do you enjoy it? Most of the time. I like talking to customers. What hours do you work? I usually do the afternoon shift, 2 to 10 p.m. That's a long day. Yes, but I get Friday off, so it's not too bad. How long have you worked there? About a year and a half. What about you? I work in construction. I help building new houses. That sounds like hard work. It is, but it pays well, and I like working outside. So we had two jobs, two professions here. What was the first job mentioned? The first job mentioned was being a cashier, working in a supermarket. What was the second job? It was working in construction, so building new houses. What did the cashier like about their job? What did they like? They liked talking to customers. And what about the person in construction? What did they like about their job? They liked working outside. So think about the jobs that you'd like, your dream job or your current job, and what you would like about those jobs. Let's go into a little bit more practice and we'll go through some vocabulary to help you answer these questions. So here is some useful vocabulary we can use to answer these questions. I'd like you to repeat after me for each word and then listen to the meaning and the example sentence. Cashier, Cashier. A person who takes money in a shop. She works as a cashier at Tesco. Shift. Shift. A set period of work hours. I work the night shift. Customer. Customer. Someone who buys something. I like talking to customers. Construction. Construction. The work of building something. He works in construction. Pays well. Pays well. This is a job that gives good money. It's hard work, but it pays well. Get day off. So we're going to say get Friday off. Get Friday off. This means you're not working that day. I get Friday off. That's great. So now we have some of the vocabulary from the text, from the conversation. We can start to answer questions and build our own answers to questions around work. And if you'd like to improve your spoken English or you want to work with a real English tutor, why not try Preply? You can practice conversations like this in a one-on-one situation. You can master any language on Preply, and if you use the QR code on screen, you'll get 30% off your trial lesson. This can also be found in all my links if you go to the bio, the description, or Simple-ESL 21 for all my links. Discover Preply's method for speaking a language confidently and find your ideal tutor. Here we have some grammar tips. We're looking at present simple to talk about work routines. We use present simple to talk about facts, habits, or regular routines. So things that happen again and again. We look at the structure. We have subject, the base form of the verb, and then afterwards we use S at the end of the verb for he, she, it. Let me give you some examples. I work, subject I, work, the base form of the verb, in a supermarket. He builds, so he is the subject, base form of the verb build, to build, and we add an S because it's he, she, or it. He builds houses. Now we can also use this structure for present continuous. So we can talk about working right now or temporary work. We use present continuous for things that are happening now or around this time, even if not today. So we have subject, then am, is, or are, and then the verb with ing. An example, I am or I'm working, the verb to work with ing. I'm working this weekend. He is or he's helping, to help. He's helping build houses. Now we can compare the two side by side. So we have present simple, present continuous. I work from 9 to 5. It's a good example of present simple. I'm working late today. It's talking about the time that is taking place. So this is a good example of present continuous. He fixes computers. Present simple. He's fixing my computer now. A present continuous. She teaches English. She's teaching a new class this week. Present continuous. We clean the cafe every morning. We are cleaning. We're cleaning it now. Now let's take a look at the he and she example for present simple. He fixes computers. So we add an S, but you may have noticed there's another letter that has been added. When we're looking at present simple, for he and she and it, sometimes we add an E as well. There are certain words that end in certain letters, so ending in X, ending in CH. These would result in E and S being added. So he fixes computers, she teaches English. And the easiest way to tell it's present continuous, I am, she, he, it is, we, they, are, then the verb with ing. We're cleaning it now rather than we clean the cafe. Let's practice. I would like you to say aloud the correct answer. So we have routine. I work in an office. What would we say? How would we change this? It is I work in an office. Let's try another one. So this is happening now. So present continuous. He not work today. He isn't or is not working today. Let's try this one. This is routine, so present simple. She start at 7 a.m. How do we change the word in the brackets? Start. She starts at 7 a.m. We add an S because it's he, she, or it. Now this is happening this week, so it's present continuous. They train new staff. What do we say? They are training. They're training new staff. Good job. Hopefully you're understanding this a bit better. And if you'd like some more practice, we have lots of videos on the present continuous and present simple tenses along with worksheets on our Patreon. But great job using both tenses and talking. We can use this when talking about jobs and routine. So let's work this into today's podcast. But first, I think we need a quick quiz. Which of these jobs is usually outdoors? Construction worker or office job? Office worker. So a couple of seconds. Which of these jobs is usually outdoors? A construction worker. Office workers, you work in an office. Next question. What do we call a person who serves food in a restaurant? A chef or a waiter? They both work in restaurants, but who serves, brings the food? A waiter. The chef cooks the food, the waiter brings the food. Final question. What time does a typical 9 to 5 job end? 5 p.m. or 3 p.m.? So if we say the phrase 9 to 5 in English, when do we finish work? The answer, 5 p.m. This is the typical ending time for a job, at least in the UK. And we have some discussion questions here. So here are some bigger questions for you to think or talk about. What job is most important in your country? And we have some example answers here. I think nurses are the most important. They help people every day and work very hard. It's an example of present simple. An example of present continuous. Right now, nurses are working extra hours. because there are many sick patients. Example of present continuous. Should people work from home or in the office? What do you think? Here are my example answers. Many people work better from home because it's quieter. This is present simple. Present continuous. But now some companies are asking. Companies are asking staff to come back to the office. What do you prefer? Do you prefer working from home? Should we all be working in the office? What makes a job interesting? What makes your job or your dream job interesting? I think a job is interesting when you learn new skills and meet new people. Present simple. At the moment, I'm working on a project that is really exciting. Present continuous. So what makes your dream job or your current job exciting? Think about what we've gone over in the lesson and try to answer this question. And we have a bit of a summary here. So today we practiced natural work-related conversation. We repeated useful phrases with correct pronunciation. Even I struggled there. Learned new job vocabulary. We reviewed grammar, present simple versus present continuous, and we took a little quiz and answered some speaking questions. If you would like some additional work, you of course can go to our Patreon where you will find lots of worksheets for lots of lessons. This is a great way to practice, but if you'd like just a homework challenge, I challenge you to write or record 5 to 8 sentences about your job, your dream job, or your work routine. You have to use 3 new words or phrases from today's episode and use present simple and present continuous. So this is your challenge before the next podcast. I want to say thank you for listening to episode 5 and waiting for episode 5 to come out. We took a week off whilst I was away traveling in Spain. Had a wonderful time and feel well rested now and back ready to do our regular podcasts. If you want to subscribe to Simple-ESL on YouTube, you'll find more lessons every week, and you can visit our Patreon to get a downloadable worksheet, transcripts, and bonus activities and exercises. This is a Patreon/Simple-ESL. You can also sign up for our YouTube at YouTube/@Simple-ESL. And if you want to use all my links for money off tutoring, to receive tutoring, and to find all these useful links, go to all my links/Simple-ESL21, the QR code on the screen, or the links in the bio or description. But I just want to say at this point, thank you very much for joining us for the podcast, and we'll see you in the next one. If you have any requests or any subjects you would like to hear in the podcast or upcoming lessons, why not put those in the comments, and I will try to get to those. Have a wonderful day.